most of you know that Ecamm Live is my absolute favorite live streaming software for churches, for ministries, for nonprofits, even just for Christian entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs in general. And they just dropped the update, version 4.0, a couple weeks ago. And so I know I'm late to the party, but I could not give you my top 3 favorite updates that they've added to this version that I think are going to be game changers for you. So don't go anywhere. Grab a cup of coffee, grab your pen and paper, but don't worry, I'm not just going to tell you what my favorites are. We're going to do a tutorial and I'm going to show you how to use these favorites. So don't you dare go anywhere. We're about to dive in to the lab so you can see all of this goodness. Let's go. Are in the lab. And what you see are all of the windows, or most of the windows that come in Ecamm Live, highlighted for you. I'm going to do a quick overview of what those windows are, and then we're going to dive into my number 1 update for version 4.0 for Ecamm. So what you're looking at is number 1, you see me in the screen from my camera. Over here to the left, you'll see there's this scenes window. Below that, you'll see there's sound effects. Then you'll see there's sound levels where I can control sound here, and then overlays. If I wanted you to see the camera screen, all I would have to do is click on the camera effects, and now you can see me in that lower window. If I wanted it to go away, I just click on it again and it's gone. So now let's jump to all the goodness, and that is being able to stream to multiple locations. The first thing I would do if I were you is I would go ahead and set up the destinations for those locations before anything else. And the places that you can find that is if you click on the gear that's right here on the bottom right, it will open up to a window that shows you Ecamm Live preferences, and the tab that it's on is destinations. You'll see that I already have most of mine in here. I have my YouTube, my Facebook, where there's to the personal profiles. I have my pages on here, Restream that I use every now and then. But if you want to add a destination, see this little area right here where it says add destination. So most of you coming in here, there won't be any destinations listed. There'll just be the add destination. And then when you select on that, voila. Yes, look at this. These are the destinations that you can stream to: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitch, Amazon Live. And if you have the feature enabled on Instagram desktop, you can even broadcast to Instagram. You see Restreaming, Switchboard, OneStream Live, RTMP. Those are the places that you can stream to. And when you select one of them, make sure that you're logged into that particular platform, and it'll make it easier to accept the permissions and then just to go ahead and add that. And when you add it, it will show up right here in your preferences. So now let's say you've gone ahead and you've added them, like mine are already there, and you want to schedule a stream. Let's say you're going to be streaming sometime in the future, 2-3 days in the future. Right here, you'll see a different button now. Instead of going live here, it says new. And this is where we schedule our lives, whether we're going to go live immediately or whether we're going to schedule them. So we click on the new button, and look, a create new broadcast window comes up, and it will have some destinations. And I'm going to actually just X out of these so you can see the process of how you would do this. Right here where this button says add, you will just click on here, and the drop down arrow will show you all of the destinations that you have already added. And so let's say I'm going to go to Facebook with Ministry Media Solutions, and let's also say I'm going to go to YouTube. And so those are already listed there. And then I could add a title, and I could say Ecamm Live Update. Let's call it that. Let's talk about my favorites. Okay. And so I'm just going to put a quick, in this video, I'm going to discuss my top 3 favorite updates in Ecamm Live version 4.2. You don't want to miss this. So I've listed what we're going to talk about in this description, and then you'll see there's additional platforms that I can, add as well. You can go live now, or we are going to schedule it. So if you just click on the calendar, we can do our date. Let's say we're going to do it on this particular date, and let's say the time I'm going to do it, let's say it's 7. It's typically the times that I do mine. And so now it's time to add a thumbnail. And so let's go look for a thumbnail. You just click here and it'll bring you to your desktop to find a thumbnail. Let's see if I can find a thumbnail to use. I think this is my thumbnail. Yes, let's use this thumbnail because we're talking about Ecamm Live updates. So we'll use this thumbnail. And what I also want to point out that I think is another great feature number 2 that's inside of feature number 1, one of my favorites, is that Ecamm actually tells you if you have enough bandwidth on your internet stream to use additional platforms to stream to. So even though you can stream up to, and I'm going to move this because I want you to see this, up to 10 platforms, maybe or perhaps your streaming provider or the service level that you have won't allow you to. So Ecamm is always going to tell you if you have the bandwidth that's necessary, the speed, the upload speed. Remember, it's always upload speed that's necessary to stream. And so you'll see it says the required speed is 11.8 megabits per second upload speed. And then you'll see this check mark that says we have enough speed to do this. And so we'll go ahead and click schedule. And so as it's doing its magic, it's also sending out notifications to YouTube and to Facebook that I am planning to go live at this particular time. So that's why it'll take a little minute or two to actually do it. But boom, look what you see. That on such and such date, I am going to go live talking about my favorite updates in version 4.0. Isn't that cool? And that is going to reside right here where it says upcoming. And you'll see this little countdown that tells you in one day, I am doing a live stream to those destinations. You see that? Isn't that great? And so you can also change any of these. You'll see there's an edit button. If you click on the edit button, I can go right back in it and I can change anything about it. I can decide, oh, I only want to go to one location, or no, I'm going to go to 2 locations. So I get to decide or change anytime. And anytime I make a change, I come down here to the bottom that says, go ahead and apply the changes. So that's where I can make any change. And also I can change not just all of them with that particular one, but individually. You see, as I click on that, I can change the one to YouTube, or I can change the one to Facebook. Or if I have an email and I want to alert my email subscribers that I'm getting ready to go live, I can copy the event URL to actually be able to put it inside of an e-newsletter. Or I can actually go to the event. So all of those things you can do inside of Ecamm Live if there are any changes that you need to make. So isn't that amazing? I absolutely love that update. So that is my first favorite update for Ecamm Live. It's amazing, just amazing. Now I know that that was probably one of your favorites too. So actually we've talked about 2 of my favorite things. The first one being that now you can stream to up to 10 locations. And the second favorite was embedded inside of the first one, which was Ecamm is going to let you know, it's going to alert you to see if you have the necessary upload speed to be able to stream to however many locations that you set. And so lastly, we're going to talk about my last favorite, which is being able to add up to what now 10 guests when you are doing interviews. 10 guests at one time. No, I don't plan on using 10. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I did feel a little stifled with only being able to have 4, including myself. But now being able to have 10, I can have 4 additional guests and myself and be able to, volley, conversation back and forth, because I do interviews a lot. And so that is just an enhancement. Now you don't have to feel stifled or uninhibited or cornered or shortchanged because you could only have 4. Now you can have up to 10 people, including yourself, as guests on Ecamm Live. So those are some of my favorites, but I want to know, what are your favorite updates to Ecamm Live version 4.0? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you made it this far and you haven't yet liked this video, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and do that. That lets YouTube know that you enjoy this content, and it also allows them to be able to share it to more people. And so I want to have so many people using this software, getting the most out of it. So if you could do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, we are racing to 1,000 subscribers, and I want you to help me with that. So if you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button and share this with people that you know that this content really helps. Share this with them. It is my mission to be a blessing to the body of Christ, to help churches, nonprofits, ministries, and Christian entrepreneurs use media for the best, whether it is social media, whether it is media coming inside of a church, the equipment that we use, or whether it is just any kind of media, being able to use these tools for the benefit of the kingdom and for businesses. So again, thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.